are you guys? So I have some really, really cool tips coming because I know it's the holiday season. I will be honest with you guys, I was like in a funk yesterday. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just, a lot of going on, a lot of changes. I don't know what it was, but I was in a complete funk, right? Yesterday, I don't know what it was, but I got out of the funk by the end of the day. And so I thought maybe it's just because holidays are here and you start to feel the stress of it all. So I sat down and I kind of got some tips that I would love to share with you guys. Hey, Gary. And I also am going to bring someone special on. So let's get into some tips. I love this. You guys are probably going to laugh at me. But you know what? It's a planner. I don't know if you guys remember these or not, but yes, it has paper and a pencil or a pen inside, and it has like the months, and you write things down of what you want to do. Now, of course, I do use my phone for everything because, of course, my phone goes everywhere because I'm sure your guys' phone goes everywhere too with you. But I love this because I can write it down. I'm a type of person that if I write it and I see it, then I can plan a little bit more. It relieves my stress knowing that it's done. It's kind of been released to the piece of paper. I know it sounds silly, but it really works, you guys. It really does. So, just go get a little cheap one. Try it out. See if it works for you. I used to have a really big one. It used to be a really big square one, and then I went to a smaller one so that way I could travel with it. Guys, I take this with me everywhere. I even put it in my purse. I put it in my carry-on onto my luggage when I go traveling. I love this because it has everything in here and I can think and I can write it down and I can mastermind with it. So planner, you guys, this is a great little tip for holidays. Mine is really cool. This is a Fancy Pants start planner. I actually used another planner from this company. It's called the Hustle Planner last year. It's a bigger one. Hey, Tammy. And I decided to go with a different style on a daily instead of a weekly, just because it was a lot easier to see what I had planned for that day. But you guys, this planner is really cool because it actually has like a section for holidays. So you can plan out a menu, you can plan out invites, you can check everything off. So I love that. It puts everything down so that way it is, in one cool little place. So that is my tip. Do that. And then what I do is I also do this and I transfer it into my phone. You guys, I use Google Docs, I use Google Drive, and I use Google Calendar. I have an iPhone. I love my iPhone calendar, but I like Google because it all kind of goes with me everywhere and I can do so much more with it. So that's what I use. So I'll write it down in here. I'll put it in my Google Calendar or vice versa. So it's always in both places. So, hey Kelly, hey Lauren. So I am actually now going to transition to a little bit something different than writing down things. I'm going to kind of share a tip with you and something that came to me. And I'll be honest with you guys, when I was told to do this before the holidays, I was like, no way, there's no way. So I reached out to my community and I was like, you know what? Does anybody want to do a live with me and talk about this? Because I know I talk about it all the time and everyone's like, yeah, you're probably full of BS, right? But I'm not, you guys know I'm true. So I'm going to bring my friend that I'm actually meeting for the first time in person, Kelli, on. So that way she can kind of describe to you about her tips for survival and how we go into the holiday season stress-free, how we can still enjoy the holiday food but not feel guilty and not gain those pounds and control ourselves. So let's bring Miss Kelli on. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Drinking my ketones.
Yay! No, right?
What are you?
Huh?
What's your flavor?
So I actually did Maui Punch this morning, and I actually added my coconut water in it. That has been my savior for getting extra hydration. Yes. So you guys, this is Kelli. What flavor are you drinking?
Unleashed.
Oh, yum. Did you happen to order the survival kit yesterday?
I'm actually ordering it tonight because I have a few people that we're in conversation, so I might pick up a few extras.
Yay! Well, I'm so glad to know that it's still available. I know I had a few customers and friends ask about it. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, message one of us and we will give you the skinny on that. So, what we're doing is we're trying to tell you a little bit of tips about how to go into the holiday season without stressing. And one of the things that I have done, and what you guys have probably seen Kelli and myself post about, is called the Keto Reboot. Um, and I know a lot of you are like, you're crazy, that's 60 hours. I'm going to wait and do it like after the holidays. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I honestly, the first time I heard, I was like, I'm hypoglycemic. So I did not, I couldn't even go 2 hours without eating. Like I would black out. I would get dizzy. It was absolutely horrible. So fasting was not agenda at all. I couldn't do it. So I tried like doing intermittent fasting, and it helped my body transition to using ketones instead of glucose. And it took me about a month and a half of slowly extending the times between I ate and making sure that I used my ketones. And then I was able to do the 60 hours. And I haven't looked back since. The longest I've gone is 64 hours. And I only ate because I was like, I probably should eat, but I wasn't hungry. Like it's really amazing what it can do for you. It really is.
That's so cool because I mean, I know exactly with you the same feelings. You know, when people say not like, oh, I haven't had lunch or I didn't eat breakfast today, that's normally how our society thinks. And that's how we're raised. You know, I was raised, you eat breakfast every morning. That's how I raised my kids. You know, it's like you eat breakfast every morning. And then there'll be those days where you're like, I'm not hungry. So why are we forcing ourselves to eat? So it's like, it's such a crazy, I want to say more mental than anything. And like you said, the first couple times you didn't make it the full 60 hours, and that's perfectly okay. You know, just the fact that you tried it and that you were able to go that long and just completely change your whole entire way of thinking and your life, you know?
It really, 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 truly did, because it was ingrained in me that I had to eat every 2 hours or I would faint or I would feel sick or I could not function. I'd need to go sleep or something. And that's not the way I live my life anymore. I do not have to carry food with me all the time. I don't have to revolve my day around when I can eat or where I can eat at. And seriously, that is debilitating when you have to revolve your life around food.
Completely. And then it throws off your schedule if you can't find something healthy that you have to be eating, you know? Yeah, and that puts more stress on your body. So I know I have a lot of people that have been saying, well, I don't want to do it because I want to just enjoy my Thanksgiving and eat all this stuff. And so I know when I did it right before Thanksgiving last year? Has it been out for a
Yep.
year? Oh my gosh. Crazy, huh? So I know when I did it, I actually was like, I'm going to do this before and see what it's like. And I was really, really happy I did. But this time, that little thought came back in my head that everybody else was saying. Well, maybe I should wait. Maybe I should wait. But then I told myself, wait a minute, no, I know the benefits of what it does for me and how it's going to help me through these holiday seasons. Did you feel the same thing? Or was it like, am I just going crazy?
No, like I always dreaded the holiday season because I knew I was gonna stuff my face. And there's like a little thing that I had looked up in my previous I can't speak. In my previous business that said that every holiday season as an adult you gain 5 pounds and you cannot lose that 5 pounds. Like it doesn't go away unless you make some seriously life changes. So I was dreading it because I wanted to eat all the gravy, all the stuffing, all the mashed potatoes and sweet potato casserole and all of that stuff. And doing this, it helps you realize what your body needs to eat. Like you don't need that. And sure, it smells good. Maybe you can have a taste of it. You don't have to pile on 3 different plates and have everything 3 times at once. You really don't. And it just makes you realize when you're actually full or when you're just wanting to taste everything. And you absolutely can taste everything. I am all for having a taste of everything, but you realize what is its actual taste and what is stuffing yourself to no return.
Exactly. I think being able to have that switch of stopping is so huge, because I know so many times, on Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, you get done and you just can't move. You can't do anything. You feel worse than you did before dinner. And you're like, man, why do I do this to myself every time, Oh gosh. Yeah, and it is funny because when I always tell this story, and I think I told this story a little while ago. So my husband first started drinking ketones, and he was like, it's just a drink, whatever, I'm not really noticing anything. And we sat down to eat Thanksgiving, and he's not overly weight or anything like that, but he can put the food down. He's a foodie. He loves food. So he piles his plate full, and he's just like chowing down, and we're just having a good time. And he looks up at me, and across the table, he just glares at me. He goes, I hate you. And I was like, what? I'm like, the turkey's perfect. Your mom made the ham perfect. My mom made, the stuffing. Your brother and sister made all of this perfect. What's wrong? Dinner's perfect. Kids are great. No one's crying. Nothing's burnt. Everything was perfect. And he's like, I am seriously full. I seriously cannot finish my first plate of food to go back for seconds. And I was like, for him to realize that and to have that feeling, I was like, this stuff is legit, right? I mean, it's crazy to finally realize that, he got all his food, he got to taste it, but he stopped himself before we got to that. And so it's like, wow, even noticing that someone that usually eats 3 plates of Thanksgiving was huge.
Yeah, and what's the crazy part is when you just taste everything, like you don't go into that carb coma, or I used to blame it on the turkey.
Right.
And really isn't the turkey. It's all those carbs and processed stuff that you're eating that will make you feel like you need to sleep after you eat, because you're not fueling your body. You're just overfilling it with stuff that your body can't process, so it needs to sleep to process it.
Exactly. Now, even after you do your 60 hours, did you notice that there was still benefits, like even further down the way?
Yes. I have like serious bloating issues because my body does not agree with gluten and a lot of processed stuff. And if I'm not really, really careful about reading stuff, but I like my ice cream. I'm not going to not have ice cream. I'm sorry. But if I have that, 3 or 4 times a week or whatever, and it just builds up and builds up, this reboot like completely flattens my stomach. And I've had 2 9-pound children at home. I do not normally have a flat stomach. So this, like, it takes that bloat away. It takes that yucky feeling away, and it clears my brain. I feel like I can see things better and I make better choices, and my body just feels so good. I don't have those aches and those pains that are caused from those processed nasty foods. It just like gets all of that out. And I have done other flushes and fasts from other companies, and I felt like crap the whole time doing it. Like, it made me sick. And this does not make me sick. This makes me feel better than before I started it. So I highly recommend it to anybody who is dealing with aches and pains and your body just doesn't feel like it's working like it's supposed to, because this will get it to work like it's supposed to. And I haven't been sick in a year and a half.
What? Yeah. Wow, that's huge, especially this time of year.
In school, my daughter last year had that bee flu. Took care of her for 2.5 weeks. I never got sick.
Wow. Just because your body was running at such an amazing level, it was able to fight whatever got into your body. That is so cool.
It really does reset your metabolism and your immune system. Like, it gives you a boost like nothing else.
That's so cool. And so how many times have you done this? Have you done it once, twice?
I have done it consecutively since June of 2017.
Wow.
Every month. I have not missed one.
That is so awesome. So it's something you can do every month just to reboot, and it's something that you'd highly recommend, right?
I recommend it to everybody. My husband's done it. My mom's done it. My brother's done it. My sister's done it. Like everybody. It's awesome.
That's so cool. Oh, I love that. And I love that it's available to do every month. And now,
Yeah.
as far as the support goes, like, did you feel like you had support? Was there people there to guide you if you had questions or?
Yes. My first few that I did, I had Rob DeVore, who is a huge coach in our community. Like he is amazing. He's one that pretty much founded this reboot and helped get it all going. And he was amazing in helping, like, you're not hungry, go brush your teeth. Or I know you're cold because your body is in ketosis, so go put on some footy pajamas or snuggle your dog, or like, and it's really funny, like we would share jokes about, I just gave my dog a treat and I seriously thought about eating it because it looks so good. But yeah, like it's a really good community. Over 10,000 people do this every month. You get to be in that group with those people, and then whoever gives you this product or tells you about this product, they usually run smaller groups. So if you have questions, if you want to get an immediate answer, they will totally help you out, and you'll feel like you're in a small community and a larger community, so you can see how everybody else is reacting, what they're going through, because everybody's different, but there's always somebody who's experiencing what you are.
I love that. I think that's so cool. And another thing that I love too is that, you know, we're so big on education and leading with science and doctors and stuff. So when you do something like this, it's nice to have those doctors and scientists on board with you in those groups, because I know I've had a lot of scientific like questions or doctor questions like, can I do this, can I not, or I'm experiencing this, and we're not doctors, so I'm like, I'm not a guru on this, so but let me refer you to, you know, Dr. Heather, you know. So it's really cool to be able to have those people that are the experts and know, okay, this is what your body's doing, this is how we're going to counter it. Because like you said before, when you go buy something somewhere else or off the shelf, you know, at your local store, you're like, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm having this, now what do I do? You know, so it was really cool to be able to say, hey, okay, this is what we need to do next. Even after the group, it was like, hey, you know what? You don't want to go shove a pizza in your face now, even though a couple times I have. But, you know, start out, right? But, like, start out small. And the recipes that they give you to make afterwards, I thought that was genius. You know,
Yes.
It was just so cool to be able to have all of us be supported.
I absolutely agree. It is definitely like a family. We all support one another. We all want everybody to succeed and feel as good as we do after each time. Like it's nobody wants anything bad or anything like that. And the doctors aren't even doing it themselves. So, I mean, if they can do it, you can do it too.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, I do have to say that I know it just really clears my mind and helps me think, okay, I'm done for the day. I did everything I can. I can just go to sleep peaceful and calm, which is, I know right now during these holidays, your mind's always racing like, oh, I need to remember to wrap this, or I need to remember to send out this, or oh, what are we having for this? You know? So I do notice that that is really calming.
And the keto calm tea, like, hello, is that not the best stuff ever?
And the chai. Okay, here's a little tip. I don't know if you tried this or not, but I took the pumpkin spice cream and mixed it with the chai. Oh my God. It was like a pumpkin chai. It was like the best. Like, oh, yes. I just did like a half a packet of the spice.
Oh, I am going to do that because I am in love with the chai. If you add a little heavy whipping cream, it tastes like a cinnamon roll. It does. It's so good. You can't do that on your fast, no. But still, it's amazing. Amazing. It's actually on sale. You can get all 4 teas right now in a pack for $50 less than what you would normally pay buying them all separate.
I know, it's crazy. Well, I know we've been on here for a while, so I don't want to keep you, but I'm so grateful that I got to meet you in person, and I can't wait to see you at our next event so I can give you a hug. You're like, yay, I actually know her now. Is there anything else that you want to add? You know, I can't think of anything else that I want to ask you, I just love that you're sharing your experience with us and how many times you've done it and that you haven't missed a month. That is huge.
I don't want it. Like I look forward to it. I know it sounds absolutely nuts, but I look forward to not eating for 60 hours once a month.
That's so, that,
I do.
mind.
I never thought I'd say that ever in my life.
That is so cool. Well, you guys, thank you all for joining us and hopping on. Please give us some hearts in the comments. Make sure you do hashtag replay if you're watching this after the replay, so that way we can make sure and come back. If you do have any questions, just comment below or message Kelli or I, and we will send you that information. I'm so excited to have you on here. And again, I learned so much from you. Thank you so much again.